This is video 6 in our series about building a website. This one will focus on using a web page class. So far we've planned out what we require and we've kept it stupidly simple. We've produced a first build making a clear separation between the HTML and the CSS, and we've created a template. Well, actually 3 templates. And that's a mess. With 3 templates there's potential for errors. We're splitting parts of our code up across different files, which is never good. It would be nice to have just one template. Also, we've so far used functional PHP, and it would be a good idea to actually think in terms of using Object PHP. So let's start by switching to Object PHP. We need to create a class. That's straightforward. We can do it like this. Now we need to add a method to create our web page, and again that's relatively straightforward. Having created our class and our method, we need to think about how we're going to put the templates back together again. Well, let's just take the 3 templates and stick them back together, 1, 2, 3, so that we've now made a whole template. But our whole problem was that there are 2 places where we need to change things from page to page. We can do that in our template by marking them like this. We'll use double curly braces with our tag in between the braces. In actual fact, in this combined template there are 2 places where we need to make changes. First of all, the title, and secondly the main page content. So the second of those is particularly significant, of course. Okay, how are we going to deal with this? Well, we're going to use some PHP Magic. So first we'll go back to our web page class. We're ready to load our template, which we'll do like this. Having loaded our template, we'll use the PHP str_replace function to pick out the places where we want to replace our tags. Except it's much more powerful to allow for multiple replacements, and in order to do that we can do it fairly straightforwardly using a PHP array. Although we're only using title in the main instance, and we'll also use content to split our template in 2, at a later point we might want to put in a number of other replacements in our template. And so if we put that possibility in now, it will help us for the future. Okay, how do we pass this array to our class? We do it like this. But I still want to be able to stream our template in 2 halves. I can use the PHP function str in 2 different ways. So I can stream the top half of our page like this, up to but not including the content tag. And I can stream the bottom half of our page using str again, but slightly differently, like this. This will stream everything, including the content tag, right through to the end of the page. Yes, but I actually don't want that content tag in there. I want to replace that in my actual page code with the page content. How can I do that? Well, a quick and easy way to do it is to simply add a little bit to our array that has our replacements where content is specified as being null, and then it just gets replaced with nothing and it disappears off our template. Okay, I now want to specify which half of the template I want when I call it up, so I can add a parameter to my method, my stream method, and then I can use a switch statement depending on which value I put into my parameter, and that will give me the half I'm looking for. Okay, let's now put it all together and we have a look at the final result, which looks like this. Now I've tried to keep this fairly tight so that you can see the whole thing in one go. It's a little bit squashed in this frame. But if you look at the code in the actual code example, in the step 4 example, which you can see on the Aging Surfers website, you'll see that first of all I've added some error checking, which is no bad idea, and secondly I've given a lot more thought to the comments and made them half decent. So how do I use this class on my individual pages? Well, first of all, I need to include the web page class definition, which I do like this. Having done that, I am then able to instantiate the class, which again I do like this. Now I'm in a position to invoke the stream method in the class so that I can put the top half in place, and notice while I do that I'm also specifying what goes into the title tag at the same time. Next, I'm in a position to put the content in my page, and finally I can invoke the stream method again at the foot of my page to stream the bottom half of our template. And that's job done. So we've now combined our template into one file. We've provided a mechanism to make changes as required in our template. We switched to Object PHP, and that will stand us in good stead for the future. There are still some annoying issues we need to sort out, which we'll look at next.